Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. We are presented by PrizePicks. Use that promo code HMA. Play your first $5 and get $50 instantly. My name's Marshall Green, and we got a lot to talk about on today's show. Greg Cosell, who I believe is one of the best minds in the National Football League from a scouting perspective. He's a film junkie, and when he talks, I listen. I got to talk to him at the NFL Combine. Big fan of his. And he had a lot of good things to say about a certain Giants rookie. And we're going to close today's show with something that Dennard Wilson has said that I know every single Giants fan is absolutely going to love. So make sure you stick around for that. Let's start with Greg Cosell, who went on the Ross Tucker podcast. And he was talking about Malachi Fields, saying, look, he ran a 4.62 40 at the Combine. And everybody was, oh, man. But you know, when you watch him play, he plays much faster than that. Now, when I say much faster, he's not a 4.35 guy, but there were times watching him at Notre Dame, he got on top of corners. You're dealing with a guy that's over 6'4", 218 pounds. And let me tell you something. He catches everything. I mean, this guy has vice grip hands. He can snatch the ball away from his frame, elite body control. He can contort. He can catch in contested situations. He high points the ball. I really like Malachi Fields. And Greg Cosell is not the only one. You only have to go back prior to the NFL Combine and after the Senior Bowl. There were numerous mock drafts where Malachi Fields ended up going in the first round. NFL insiders, draft experts, analysts, people were viewing this guy as a first-round talent. Then he went to the Combine, ran that slow 40, and people overreacted to it, and he saw him fall all the way to the third round. New York Giants traded up for him, obviously, and the story is now to be written. But this is a player that I am very, very high on, and someone that I think is like a picture-perfect match with Jackson Dart. Like, when you sit back and you kind of remember all the throws that Jackson Dart or what Jackson Dart likes to do, it's throw the ball down the field in 50-50 situations and give his receiver an opportunity to make a play. Malachi Fields may be the best receiver in the class for that type of quarterback, and he's now a New York Giant, and he may be on a quicker path to play than I think a lot of people are expecting. With injuries to Malik Neighbors and Darius Slayton, rookie wide receiver Malachi Fields will get a lot of work with the first-team offense this offseason. And, like, when we got the news that Malik Neighbors had that cleanup surgery, which some people think didn't affect the timeline, I tweeted out, did the New York Giants feel more motivated to trade up for a receiver because they knew Neighbors wouldn't be coming back maybe as soon as they thought? Or did they absolutely love Malachi Fields? Or is it a best of both worlds? I think that's possible. But with Neighbors out and Slayton out, you're looking at a first-team offensive receiving core that's Darnell Mooney, Malachi Fields, Calvin Austin, maybe some Isaiah Hodgins. I've seen some Bo Collins talk as well, but it's a great opportunity for Malachi Fields to get extra work with Jackson Dart. A lot of times rookies start in the third offense and the second offense. They don't get to work with the starting quarterback. Not the case. Good stuff that Fields and Dart are starting to build that chemistry and continuity. John Schmelk, who works for Giants.com, wrote this following OTA day one yesterday, saying rookie Malachi Fields had a highlight of his own that mirrored a lot of the types of catches we remember from him in college. He jumped near the sideline and reached up with one hand to pluck the ball out of the air for the reception on a pass from Jackson Dart. A leaping, body contorting, one-handed grab on the first day, of OTA. Keep building that chemistry. Keep making splash plays. I don't know what number he's going to wear. It's not going to be number 0. He's going to be making plays for the Giants this year. I'm fired up, man. And when I think something and I see Greg Cosell is saying the same thing I am, I feel pretty confident about what is going on. I think Malachi Fields is going to overproduce where he was drafted. If you're hyped up for the big-bodied outside contested catch wide receiver, hit that thumbs up icon. We're going to talk about Dennard Wilson coming up momentarily. First, though, I want to give a major shout-out to SeatGeek. Thank you to SeatGeek for making today's show possible. If you're looking to get tickets to any Giants game this year, or maybe you want to go to a next playoff game, maybe you want to go watch the Yankees, maybe you want to go watch the Mets, the best place to get your tickets is with SeatGeek. And when you use that promo code CHAT10, you're going to get 10% off your next set of tickets. You can also just click the link in the comments and the description of today's show, and that'll automatically apply that 10% off to your account. They've got some good deals going on right now for Sunday Night Football Week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. I found these tickets that you can go and get. Good seats, good price, and you can save 10% off with that promo code CHAT10. It's more than just football, baseball, or basketball. If you're going to a comedy show, you're looking to go to a concert, a theater event. If there's an event that you need tickets, the best place to do it is with SeatGeek. SeatGeek rates every ticket on a scale 1 to 10, and they put green dots next to tickets that are good, value, and red dots next to tickets that aren't the best. They're all about a good deal. So am I. So go get hooked up with SeatGeek. Use that promo code CHAT10. Get 10% off your next set of tickets. All right. Dennard Wilson, the new defensive coordinator for the New York Giants. Brian Burns told the New York Post what it has been like so far playing under Dennard Wilson, and you guys are absolutely going to love this. Brian Burns told the New York Post, quote, about Dennard Wilson, he doesn't tolerate any BS. I like that type of approach. Dennard Wilson let it be known, quote, I'm not your effing friend. I'm here to do a job. After you're done playing, we could be friends. I'm here to push you as much as I can to make you the best player you can be. Burns says, that's the type of respect I would love to have with my DC. I almost want to get a shirt that says, I'm not your effing friend, pal. Not your effing friend, guy. Like, that's exactly what this team needs. There are a lot of young players on this team. And this is a major switch up from the culture that was there and put in place with Brian Daboll. Like, multiple people called it Country Club Daboll. It was easy to practice. It was easy. He was an ultimate player's coach. He let Malik Neighbors be involved on play calling his rookie year. Didn't make Dexter Lawrence practice. He was best buds with Abdul Carter. They were willing to give him number 56. You think John Harbaugh is given a rookie edge rusher number 56? I can promise you that is not happening. This is a major change culture-wise for the New York Giants. And this team needs hard coaching. Like, we talked about it on, I think it was yesterday's video, about how the New York Giants lost so many games late and how they coughed away so many double-digit leads. Like, if you're coached well, you're not supposed to do those things. And good coach teams win games that they're supposed to because their teams are ready to go. They're sharp. They're paying attention to the details. And they have mastered the little things because the little things add up to be big things. And if Dennard Wilson can get the most out of this defense, there's enough talent there for it to be a special group. I really, really do believe that. So I love the approach from Dennard Wilson of, I'm not your friend, I'm your coach, and I'm going to push you hard, I'm going to coach you hard, and you may not love me, but I'm going to try to make you the best football player possible, and that's something that you should get behind. A couple more things to talk about, quotes from Kayvon Thibodeau and more Brian Burns on Dennard Wilson. Got to tell you, though, about our presenting sponsor of today's show. That is PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks. When you use that promo code HMA and you play your first $5, they're going to hook you up with $50 in lineups instantly. It's available in all 50 states, plus Washington, D.C. Super easy to play. All you do is select more or less on 2 to 6 player stats that PrizePicks selects. There's playoff basketball going on every single day. We've got baseball every single day. But if you're a football guy, they've got season-long options already out there. I'm going with an NFC East 3-pick power play, quarterback-only lineup. More on passing touchdowns for Jackson Dart, less on passing yards for Dak Prescott, and less tush-push touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. $20 to potentially win $120. You can go ahead and follow me on PrizePicks as well with their awesome new social feed feature, bringing some engagement to the awesome app that it is at @MarshallGreen_. So download the app, create an account, play $5, get $50 instantly when you use that promo code HMA. At the town hall that the New York Giants had, I believe it was on Monday, Kayvon Thibodeau said this: for those who have been watching and know ball, this is a similar defense that we ran when Wink Martindale was here. And I think similar is the right choice of word there, because it's not a carbon copy. He's not nearly as aggressive. Wink Martindale and him kind of utilize their safeties in different ways, but the way that Dennard Wilson's game plan has worked and the way that Wink Martindale's game plan has worked, or their game plan is designed, it stems from the Baltimore Ravens defense that they have created under John Harbaugh. So there's going to be some same principles, there's going to be some same rules, and probably opportunities for Kayvon Thibodeau to get more after the quarterback. Brian Burns said this about Dennard Wilson's defense, quote, "He takes a lot of the gray area out of things. He makes things very simple and very black and white. So there is no confusion. I think that's going to allow us to play as fast as we possibly can." I wasn't really feeling the hire all that much, to be honest with you, when it initially happened. But the more that I've talked to people, the more that I've watched some old Tennessee Titans film, and just hearing everything that every single player is talking about, and I'm not going to lie, the catchphrase of "I'm not your effing friend," like, I'm fired up for Dennard Wilson. I want a tough coach. I want a nasty coach. And I don't know if it's going to be the exact same thing we saw from Wink Martindale when you're blitzing on a league-high percentage of plays, but they're going to be aggressive, and they are going to dictate what offenses do. It's the complete opposite of Shane Bowen. Shane Bowen and his defense was dictated based off of what offenses are going to do, whereas the Giants, under Dennard Wilson and this Ravens defense, they try to dictate what the offense is doing. Chess, not checkers. Really fired up for Dennard Wilson. You go back to 2024 when he was the defensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, they gave up the second least amount of total yards on defense in the entire National Football League. And when you go back and you look at the players on that 2024 Titans defense, there's some players. Jeff Simmons is a hell of a player, but I believe this defense that the New York Giants have has much more talent almost at every single position than that Titans defense had. Like Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, that's talent. Darius Alexander, top 65 pick. DJ Reader, that's a pro. Shelby Harris, that's a pro. Tremaine Edmonds is a proven player in this league. People believe Arvell Reese was the best defensive player in this class. John Harbaugh said the corners are really, really good this year. And he said we've got Pro Bowl safeties. That's what he said at the pep rally that was the town hall meeting. I do believe there's a lot of talent here. And if they're coached up right and Dennard Wilson could put them in position to be successful, I think this could be one of the better defenses in the NFL. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon and give me a follow over on social media at @MarshallGreen_.